if ever there comes to a debate around who is best placed to succeed the Prime Minister. That is a question that you have asked. Who is best placed to succeed the Prime Minister? And as that slide comes up, it is obviously the two names that do emerge are Amit Shah and Yogi Adityanath. And there's the slide on your screen. And also the comparisons here between last year and this year are interesting, because once again, Yogi's numbers were lower last year. And they're higher this year. And Amit Shah is only now slightly ahead, but he is ahead of Yogi Adityanath as the person that people believe is most likely best placed, best suited to succeed the Prime Minister. And this is
Yeah,
very
I mean,
interesting because Amit Shah has been seen more as the backroom guy, the administrator, the aide to Modi, the number two, but not the mass politician himself.
yeah, it's a typical Atal Advani kind of a scenario which was played 20 years back probably, but in a very different way. I mean, of course, Amit Shah is no Vajpayee and Yogi is no Advani. I mean, but in terms of the cadre and the mass appeal, if you wanna look it from that perspective, probably Yogi has the mass appeal. But at the same time, Amit Shah, who has been the party president and the home minister, and is seen as the right-hand man of Prime Minister Modi. His brand positioning is quite intact from that way. And there are regional variations in that.
Yeah.
Of course, in the north kind of north, Yogi's appeal is more. But Amit Shah has a very significant advantage in the west. He has a significant advantage in the south, by the way. Oddly enough, and that's ironical because Amit Shah is looked up upon as a softer person than compared to Yogi. I mean, in the Hindutva appeal, yeah, it's funny. I mean, it's a question of deep saffron and soft saffron or whatever. I mean, coming from a Gujarat branding, Amit Shah's branding when he entered politics was deep saffron in that way. He remains that from the Gujarat branding. But to see that somebody could be even a deeper shade of saffron than him and take the imagination, that's very, very interesting to observe. But Amit Shah has an advantage in the west. Amit Shah has an advantage in the south. There is a very keen number contest in the east, but Yogi has a very distinct advantage as far as numbers from the north are concerned.
But of course, one should say that in realpolitik, the BJP doesn't choose its successors in this manner. It's not based on how necessarily the people perceive it, right? There has been high drama to Modi's own selection as the leader of the BJP in 2014, if for those of us old enough to remember that. But of course, this will play a part. Who is perceived to be the strongest leader, the most saffronized leader? There's one difference also. Amit Shah has been in government, and governments tend to moderate perceptions. You have to be moderate in government. Yogi, in running a national government. Yeah.
He is in government, and also the fact that he has been a party president and knows the organization. Amit Shah's biggest probably push comes from the fact that he has worked with the organization. Another big difference between the 5 people here are 3 of them have been the national presidents. I mean, barring Shivraj Singh Chauhan. 4 of them are rooted in RSS. Only Yogi Adityanath is the only odd one out who is a saffron symbol, but who does not really come from the RSS rank and file. And that certainly is a big checkbox to tick on if you want to proceed on that journey. So obviously the rest 4 of them do a proper check mark on that. Shivraj Singh Chauhan obviously has won multiple terms in Madhya Pradesh, an organization man and an RSS man, and so is Rajnath Singh, and so is Nitin Gadkari for sure, and so is Amit Shah. So they all tick on that box very, very nice and comfortable.
And Yogi Adityanath is not from an RSS background, and people who don't observe politics carefully do not know this. They see his saffron robes and they think, ye to RSS ke hi honge. He's not. In fact, he's often been at odds with the RSS in the past.
Yeah. but he is the symbol of a typical Hindutva approach of RSS. I mean, for them to have a monk heading a state is something, and we all know for sure that RSS did save him a couple of times in that way whenever there was a problem, internal problems within the BJP. RSS did put their weight behind Yogi. So it's not that RSS did not put their weight behind Yogi, but to this much, so much good. I mean, that's where it's good enough. But beyond this, there are certain RSS rules of how you proceed after that. I mean, those kind of things work so hard that at some point of time, even Sushma Swaraj was not really clicking on the check because she was not really coming from the RSS backdrop. She joined the BJP bandwagon only in the 80s. Prior to that, she was anti-Congress for sure, but
Yeah,
she
she was
came
a
from a state where
socialist.
there was no
She was
BJP
a
presence. So
socialist. She was a socialist before she became a BJP leader.
exactly my point. So one, when she was not elevated to be the party president, one of the things which was widely discussed was the fact that she was not from the RSS backdrop. So not because she was woman, I mean, from that
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
because we remember that even Rajmata Vijay Raje Scindia was one of the founders and very key person from the but she was always there in that rank and file, and she always had the approval of RSS decision makers. So that was not the case. But here Yogi is a very different case to study on. He certainly is the symbol of the Hindutva brigade. At the same time, doesn't come from the rank and file of the RSS. So the RSS might have an issue in that way, whether or not they would be having an unconditionally disciplined approach coming from
Hmm.
Yogi. That
Yeah.
is something which is always in a question.